Hello everyone, here is Thomas. So let's talk in this video about the immigration to Switzerland in a case that you come from European Union. I'll tell you step by step what's the process and how to get yourself to Switzerland, if that's your dream, if that's what you want to do, if you want to live in Switzerland and you come from European Union country. By European Union I mean European Union, not Europe. Also, I'm not going to talk about immigration if you are from outside of Europe. Okay, I will talk about that in another video. So if you are from European Union, let's say you are a citizen of Denmark. Okay, what you need to do first is to find a job in Switzerland. Okay, so you can do it online. You don't even need to come physically to Switzerland in order to find a job and to be hired by a Swiss employer. So once you successfully manage to do that and you have your work contract signed, which will probably be in German language, but not necessarily. It can be also written in English or in any other language. As long as it is signed by your employer and you are on the right way to immigrate to Switzerland. So you just need to print that work contract and have it with you, because you need it when you are traveling to Switzerland. You might be asked on the border to show it. Okay, so then buy yourself a flight ticket or train ticket, whatever way you choose to get to Switzerland. And after that you might also need your PCR test or proof of your vaccination. So these things change all the time, so you just need to research the current requirements. But most importantly, have your contract with you. And then what I suggest is also to find an accommodation for your first at least a month in Switzerland. Ideal for that is Airbnb, because with Airbnb you will have it confirmed officially in your Airbnb app that you are staying from this to that date at certain address, and you paid for it. So it's basically it's a contract. It's a rental contract that is official. The advantage of this is that you don't need to pay any down payment, any 2 months or 3 months rent, as it's required usually when you are looking for a place in Switzerland to rent. Then when you arrive to Switzerland, you might be asked at the border to show your work contract. You might also be asked to show the rental contract. That's why you need that Airbnb. Okay. And then also, if you are, in case you are flying to Switzerland via another European country and you're coming from outside of Europe, it might be the case. Once you enter Schengen, for example in Madrid or wherever, you will be checked only once. Then at the Swiss border you won't be checked again. Okay, even at Zurich airport they won't check your passport again if your flight is from Schengen already. Okay, when you get to your accommodation, you need to go as soon as possible to the local office, like a village or a town or city office, which is called Gemeinde in German speaking Switzerland. So when you go to Gemeinde, the purpose of this visit is to register yourself officially, and also Gemeinde will give you an appointment with the immigration office in Zurich, for example, or in another place, depending on where you're going to live. So you come to Gemeinde, you show them your Airbnb app, you show them your proof of address where you're staying. Airbnb will work. It always worked for me. And then you show them your work contract, your passport. They might ask you for your religion. It's for tax purposes. If you are religious, then you will pay some extra tax, which will go to that particular church you affiliate yourself with. If you are atheist, then you are not paying that extra tax. Also, you will be asked what's your status in terms of single, married, divorced, etc. So if any of that applies, you have to prove it. Okay, so they might ask you for your marriage certificate as well. No translation, no official translations are required. All these documents can be in your language of your country. They understand it and they will just use that. So the lady at Gemeinde will take copies of your documentation, and she will offer you an appointment with the immigration authorities, which might be in about 4 weeks from your initial visit of Gemeinde. So once you take that appointment, you have to attend it with all these documents which you already submitted. Sometimes Gemeinde will send you a letter with the official letter confirming your registration, and sometimes they will print it and give it to you right away. Once you've done this, also what you have to do in Switzerland, because you're going to live here and work here, is to be registered with an insurance company, with a health insurance company. You have to pay your health insurance by yourself in Switzerland. If you are healthy, then you can pay just the cheapest one, which is around 240 francs a month. But in case something happens to you, then you have to pay for your first 3,000 francs, and after that the insurance will pay your bill. So do your research on comparis.ch for the best health insurance quote. Alright, so once you have the paper from Gemeinde, you can go to the insurance company of your liking and sign a contract with them. And then in about a month's time, you will have to start paying for your insurance, your health insurance, okay? So now also bring your health insurance contract to this immigration office. Also at the Gemeinde, they will charge you some, well, depends where, but in Canton Zurich it can be like 110 francs fee, which you pay for your registration and for your residency card, okay, which will be issued later by the immigration office. So that's all. Then after your appointment at the immigration, you will receive your Bewilligung, your card with your photo, and then you are officially registered in Switzerland, and you will be allowed to stay for depends 2, 3, or even up to 5 years until you have to extend your card again. Once you have this done, then you are able to open a bank account in Swiss bank. Until then you can't do it. You can only do it once you have the card, the Bewilligung. Yeah. I have another video on my channel where I'm talking about the types of permits that exist here in Switzerland. Alright, so it's pretty straightforward process if you are from European Union. Same applies basically also if you arrive here with your spouse or with your children. If you are the only one who is working in the family, then your spouse and your children will receive same permits as you, same type. So if the immigration office decides to give you C permit, then all your family will receive the same. Okay. Alright guys, I hope this helped. Let me know if you have any other questions about this topic, and don't forget to check out my other videos on my channel about immigration to Switzerland and about trading. Thank you for watching. Take care.